supervigash.
Hello and welcome to another series video, and this video we want to be playing Pokemon Sword on the Nintendo Switch. And as you know, I'm doing a series on this, which means there'll be lots of this come soon. So yeah, that was actually a lie, because this is the final episode, in fact. So yeah, as you know, there's Pokemon, this Generation 8, I'm pretty sure at least. There's Pokemon Sword, and of course there's Pokemon Shield. Only difference is different Pokemon and stuff, exclusive versions, you know, stuff like that. But besides that, there's Pokemon Sword with the expansion pass, which included the Isle of Armor DLC as well as the Crown Tundra DLC. But yeah, this is the end. This is the final episode. I know I said I would do more before this, but I changed my plans. I think this final one is enough, just because most of it was just me grinding and playing the game and experiencing it for myself as well. But yeah, so far we've completed the main story, then we did the post-game stuff, and then we completed the 2 DLCs. And now, I in my own free time completed the game by completing the Pokedexes, as well as getting a full-on living dex, and, of course, we're gonna be doing the Galarian Star Tournament, or whatever it's called, some sort of fight, at Winden Stadium. But yeah, and then of course I'll be doing my review as well. As a whole in this generation and this game as a whole as well. Yeah, so this is the final episode. Thank you for all the support, and I've enjoyed this game as a whole, long story short. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, as you can see, these are my Pokedexes. Yeah, let's go through the main one. Yeah, like I said, I played through the game from beginning to end, and then after that, after all the DLC and stuff, in my own free time, I went through the game and caught every single Pokemon. Of course, a living dex, which I'll show in a second. But yeah, I'll just scroll past these. Of course, Pokemon Home released, so I was able to transfer all the Pokemon from my older games into this. So, you know, that's that. But as a whole, you know, my Pokemon are all my own OT, original trainer name, and, you know, English and stuff. That you know, they're my Pokemon. I didn't trade or anything. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I believe one Pokemon maybe I had to trade, because I believe it was Aromatisse? I don't know. Yeah, I believe that's the one Pokemon I had to trade, because I literally had no choice. Alright, but besides that, I'm pretty sure every other Pokemon is from Pokemon Home, so from my other Pokemon games, but also just from this game as a whole. But yeah, I always do this for every Pokemon game. Like, normally I don't 100% complete video games, but, you know, aside the main story and, you know, story stuff, that's, you know, being told to be completed, but, like, collectibles and stuff, I normally don't do. But Pokemon is a rare case. Like, yes, I don't do every single battle, you know, I don't do every single side quest, like in Legends Arceus or whatnot, but, Pokedexes and living dexes I always do. Like, living dex is even a personal goal. I don't even need to do that one. Yeah, I do have to say, this Pokedex is pretty good. Yeah, this one, Aromatisse. This was the only Pokemon I had to trade, I believe. But, yeah. Oh, am I going still the right way? I believe so. Yeah, okay. I don't want to miss any. Yeah, okay. Alright. But yeah. Of course, yeah, I'll get into more details once I show my living dex, but yeah. I think it's a pretty good selection of Pokemon. I do have to say, for the main Pokedex, there are some classic Pokemon that are just missing, that I'm not a fan of them, you know, missing, no offense, but I do think they should have been in the game for the main game. But of course, it's made up in the DLC. You know, like basic Pokemon like Squirtle. You know, ones that are, you know, fan favorites and stuff, you know, even my favorite. Oh well. Alright, we're getting close, I believe. So 400 Pokemon, so yeah, as you can see, I've seen all of them and I've caught all of them. 400 Pokemon is a lot. I think, yeah, this is the most Pokemon out of all the games on the Nintendo Switch so far. Because of the DLCs as well. Alright, and then that's the end. Yeah, alright. Let's go to the Isle of Armor Pokedex. 210 Seed and 210 Core. So this, when a lot of the Pokemon that were missing came back through DLC, which is of course very appreciative. And like I said, the DLC ideas are better. I like the idea of a DLC. Of course, it's better if it was all in the base game, but DLCs are my shiny Gyarados. DLCs are of course better just in general. Because they used to do different versions or sequels to the game, like Pokemon Black 2, White 2, you know, when they had already Black 1 and White 1. But sequels are okay, but it's also like, it could have been a DLC, right? But then games like Pokemon Sun, Ultra Sun, it's just like, come on. And of course, like Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and then they had Pokemon Platinum. It's like, I already get the fact that there are 2 versions of the game because of version exclusive Pokemon and stuff, but then having a 3rd version or a sequel version like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, it's just, it gets on my nerves. No offense. But it does. I don't think it's that good. It just makes, it just looks like you're obviously trying to make the most bucks. But I'm not going to get into that conversation. That's its whole own thing. But I am going to just say it outright. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I hope they stick with this DLC option. So far, I've been enjoying every single Pokemon game. And it's been really just a nice experience. And I like it even more with DLC because it's expanding your already existing game. You don't have to start fresh or whatnot. Alright. And that's it. Nice. Now to the Crown Tundra. 210 Scene and 210 Core. Once again, there are a lot of Pokemon that repeat in these 2 Pokedexes of the DLC, but there are a decent amount of Pokemon that are new to the game because of the DLCs. Alright. But in my own free time, between this episode and the last episode, I had to get a few Pokemon that, once again, for the living dex, and just in general, a few Pokemon that aren't available, like Mythicals and stuff. I had to get, you know, because, you know, I have a new 2DS XL, and I have a decent amount of the Pokemon games, like pretty much one of every generation. So, you know, for example, I didn't buy Pokemon Sun, but I have Ultra Sun. So, same with, you know, I don't have Pokemon Black, but I have Pokemon Black too. So, I always have the quote-unquote the better version of that generation per se. But that's not the point. Either way, yeah, I've been in my free time playing through those games and getting a lot of the Pokemon. I'll say in a second once I show the living decks which ones they were, but I did play through those games. I'm still playing through of the other games in my own free time anyway, but Ultra Sun especially, that's the main one I had to grind out for this video before, you know, I recorded this. That game as a whole, not gonna lie, kind of a snooze fest compared to the Pokemon games we've had on the Nintendo Switch, but it's not bad. It's just not my favorite, definitely not. But definitely better than Brilliant Diamond, I'd say, because of the graphics mainly, but also, I don't know, the pace did feel better in Ultra Sun. Anyway, I don't want to get into it, but yeah, just a side note, I did play Ultra Sun between this episode and the last episode, and I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either. It wasn't another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond situation, if you know what I mean. And I am not going to be completing any of the Pokedexes or Living Dexes in any of the 2DS games, or 3DS games, whatever you want to call them, DS games. I only do this for the Nintendo Switch ones because, you know, I can record them and then I can show them, and they're the mainline ones, they're the new ones, and, you know, I'm interested in them and they have quality of life stuff. It just makes the most sense. But, yeah. Alright, we're getting close to the end. And there we are. Alright, and that was all 3 of the Pokedexes. Alright, so these are my, there's my Pokemon Sword Living Dex. So these are the Pokemon boxes where I store all my Pokemon. They're in Pokedex order, as much as possible. But yeah, there's every single Pokemon in the game inside of Pokemon Sword that's available. Yeah, so these are all caught by me in this game or transferred from home that I've caught in other Pokemon games. Yeah, they have all my OT, supervigash, and they are all English, and, you know, they're all legit and stuff. I know there's a whole thing with, I talked about this in Brilliant Diamond, there's a whole thing with, you know, I don't want to talk about it, but, you know, Unreal Pokemon and stuff, you know, people being cheeky and stuff. I am not going to be taking part in that. You do you, I guess. You play how you want, but I do have to say, in my personal opinion, it does kind of get rid of the point. Yeah. Quick note, long story short, I do not take part in that. If you do, it's your choice. But yeah, just want to point out that these are all Pokemon that I've worked hard for and, you know, played the actual game and, you know, got. So that includes normal Pokemon, legendary Pokemon, and mythical Pokemon. And yeah, as you know, I do not, I only catch one of every Pokemon, but I do not care for different genders of a Pokemon. I do not care for different general forms. The only thing I do take in consideration of a Pokemon is regional forms, just because it represents different games. And, you know, it's kind of just a cool way to say like, oh, hey, I played this game, so I have this regional version. You know, if you know what I mean. If you know, you know, right? But I do not care for, oh, different colors, variants, or I don't know. You know what I mean. So let's start with box 1. All the way with Grookey, and then it just keeps going. As you can see, I'll go through slowly but surely. For example, here I have Zigzagoon, the normal variant. Oh, I don't know what region this is, but it's the normal variant. But then there's Galarian Zigzagoon, then there's Linoon, but then there's Galarian one. But then there's just the Obstagoon. That's an evolution of Linoon. But yeah, something similar to that. It just keeps going like that. Similar to Vulpix, Alolan Vulpix, and then Ninetales, and then over here, Alolan Ninetales. Yeah, I had fun doing this. It's you know, it's just, it's very satisfying as well, just looking and seeing them like this. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through this. Same thing here with Meowth, Meowth again, and then Berserker, Persian, and then of course there's this Meowth. And then of course there's Raichu, and then of course there is Alolan Raichu. Alolan Raichu, I actually had to play Pokemon Ultra Sun and evolved him there and caught a Pichu. It was kind of annoying, but I got him over here. So you use Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Transport. No, you can't. You can use Pokemon Transporter, but that's for DS games, I believe, and Game Boy games. But I used Pokemon Bank and transferred it to home, and then I had to do a premium membership stuff. And then yeah, I transferred it into this game. But yeah, Aromatisse was the one Pokemon I had to trade with a friend. But besides that, here's a Farfetch'd, but then a Galarian Farfetch'd, and then a Surfetch'd, but then here's a Stunfisk, and then another Stunfisk. But yeah, besides that, I didn't have to trade any other Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Corsola, and sure, like, here's Gastrodon. Like, I didn't get the blue version because it's just a South form and West form, I believe, but it does, or North form, whatever it is. I don't care. I only care for regional forms, and besides that, the base Pokemon is enough. But yeah, what's it called? I'm sure maybe I missed one Pokemon, like regional form, because I generally don't have access to or something, but I'm pretty sure I have everything. You guys can correct me, please do. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going. Do pause the video and have a look. But yeah, Living Dex means you have one of every Pokemon, so every evolution stage. So it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter for the Pokedex, whatever you do. You know, you having a Charizard doesn't matter. You have to have a Charmeleon and a Charmander, of course. I almost forgot his name. Why? I have no idea. Yeah, there's a lot. Oh gosh, I'm gonna be tired if I'm gonna keep showing the regional variants over here. But you get the point, right? Like, it's like just simple, you know. I hope simple to understand. And then there's the end of the of course, yeah. Silvally I had to get, because you only get one type null, so I had to get a Silvalian's Pokemon Ultra, or type null in Ultra Sun, and then I had to evolve it inside of Pokemon Sword. And of course you have Eternatus, Zamazenta, and Zacian. Yeah, let's go into the Isle of Armor DLC. Like I said, the Slowpoke line, Slowbro, Slowking. Yeah, pretty good. Cupfu and a Shifu, I did have to get another Cupfu from a friend. And then, yeah, Like I said, Lichen Rock, I know there's like different forms, but like I said, like there's midday form, midnight form or something, dusk form. I don't really care. Like I said, I only collect regional forms. But besides that, the base Pokemon that shows up in the Pokedex is enough. There are different forms of Sandslashers and Sandrews, Marowak. Yeah, I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but just have a look for the most part. And then that's it for this good old Crown Tundra Crown Tundra DLC. Yeah, did I even say when it started? I actually don't know when it started. Anyway, and then now we go to extra Pokemon. These are starter Pokemons or Pokemon that are just available in the game, not even in the Pokedex or anything. So this includes the Trico evolution line, the Grass type starter, the Torchic evolution line, and then the Swampert evolution line. Mudkip, I'm sorry. I believe these Pokemon I got from Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, or I got them in from Go. Also, all the Pokemon Go Pokemon that I transferred in from the very beginning, I don't have any of those anymore. I ended up breeding them and stuff just because they have an ugly Pokemon Go stamp. I don't know why they do this. It's the same with, oh, you can't transfer a mythical Pokemon Go Pokemon. It's like, why? I don't understand that. It's so baffling to me. Because you have to like have it registered first and then have to transfer it in. It's so weird. But either way, then I have the Pokemon, these are, like I said, from Pokemon Go, and then I had to breed them in here. But yeah, these are the Pokemon Sun starters, of course. Very good. And then now we come to my legendaries and mythicals. Yeah, there's a lot. There's like my Mew, my Pokemon Go Celebi, like I had to get my friend to give me a normal Celebi, and then I had to trade it, transfer in my Pokemon Go Celebi. My Chirachi, and then a bunch of legendaries and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I only keep one of everything. I have so many different extra legendaries that I just kept in Pokemon Home. That I will be trading in the GTS or whatnot for future Pokemon games. If I need any other specific version exclusive Pokemon, I'll just give away free shinies and free legendary Pokemon. I really don't care for shinies or extra legendary mythical Pokemon that I don't need. They had recently, like, it's so fortunate that they had Victini as a mystery gift, and then at GameStops and stuff, they had like Genesect. Oh gosh, which one was it? Genesect and Volcanion and like Marshadow. For example, Cosmion I had to like get from Ultra Sun because you only get one Cosmog. But yeah, besides that, what else? Of course, the Ultra Beasts are also all in here. And of course, Keldeo is another mythical. And then a bunch of Ultra Beasts. Magearna from Pokemon Ultra Sun, you just have to scan in a QR code. Marshallow's over here. And then, like I said, Naganadel I had to get from Ultra Sun because you only get one Poipole. And then over here you have Meltan, Melmetal from Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Of course, you have to get it from Pokemon Go initially anyway, and put it into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And then here's Regieleki and Drago. That's it. But I do have to say, I am missing only a few Pokemon that are mythical Pokemon. In case you don't know, mythical Pokemon are event Pokemon. So Pokemon that are exclusive, limited time, that you can only get a certain period. Of course, they will always be available in the future in other events, but for the time being, if you missed it, you've missed it. So there are only a few Pokemon that I'm missing. Like I said, I need to play through Pokemon Crystal to get Celebi, a non-shiny variant that's not from Pokemon Go. And then just in general, my Deoxys is inside of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. But also I could just, instead of having a Pokemon from Pokemon Go, I could just have also play through, like I have a list here. I could just play through Omega Ruby and get it at the end of that game. I will do, like I said, but all as time comes in. Of course, I didn't bother for Deoxys, he's not in this game, so I didn't even try to start Omega Ruby yet. I'm like, still like at the very beginning of Crystal even. But yeah, Pokemon that are missing are Hoopa, Meloetta. Those are the two Pokemon. I do have Meloetta, but from Pokemon Go. Once again, they can't come in. But Meloetta and Hoopa are not available in this game, so it's like, why are you talking about it? Just mentioning it in case anyone's interested. Diancie, the one Pokemon that is in this game that I don't have. Zeraora, the one Pokemon that's also in this game that I have and that I don't have. And then Zarude, that the other one Pokemon that I also don't have that I need. So, Zarude, Zeraora, and Diancie. The 3 Pokemon that are in this game that are missing, which technically means my living dex isn't complete, but technically is because those Pokemon are literally impossible to get unless you got it from the events back in the days. I would not go out and try and trusting people to trade it because, you know, they're rare Pokemon. And also, like I said, there's the whole hacking and, you know, sneaky stuff. I'm not taking part in that, so I just didn't even try to attempt to ask any kind of, you know, community or anything. So, yeah, besides that, those are the 3 Pokemon that are missing. I'll hopefully add them to my collection as soon as they officially are in future Pokemon events, hopefully. We'll see how that goes, but if not, it's not a big deal. But besides that, you know, my living dex is complete and I'm 100% happy with it. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, this is very cool. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the Pokedex rewards. Alright, let's get the rewards for the main Pokedex, for the main, of course, main game, the Galarian Pokedex. So, yeah, you actually completed your Pokedex. Well done. Congratulations. Alright, here's the special certificate. Nice. Alright, cool. That's what you get. I like it. Sure. Cool. Of course, on the league card. And... Alright, cool. Oh, and the shiny charm. I actually forgot about it. Like I said, I don't really care for shiny hunting. It's a cool thing, but cool. We got a shiny charm. Nice. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's see the rewards for completing the Isle of Armor DLC. Alright. Of course. Alright, we did it. We completed, of course. It's kind of ironic, because like I said, it's been a while since I completed the Isle of Armor DLC. Alright. Oh, another certificate? Wow. I don't think you would get one for this, for the DLCs even. Wow, okay, cool. Thanks, I guess. Alright. And of course, the league card gets updated. Alright. Oh, a replica gold crown. Interesting. A mark charm. What's that? That increases the chance of finding a Pokemon with a mark. Don't know what that means, but okay. Alright. Alright, let's get the rewards for the Crown Tundra DLC rewards. Pokedex completion thing. Oh. Is that Hexnut Pokemon Meltan? Wait, what? It's a mythical Pokemon you can't find anywhere in the Galar region. Okay, that was odd. I didn't know they wanted to see Meltan. Interesting. Well, okay, now there's the rewards. Alright. Of course, it's complete. Yay! Alright. And of course, a certificate, I'm guessing? Oh, it's green. Oh, okay, I like that. Okay, that's cool. Why was the other one yellow? Because it just stayed the same as well as the normal one. Weird. But I like that there's green. Green is my favorite color after all. And of course, league card. Alright. A replica state crown. Didn't we just get a crown? Okay. Sure. Oh, okay, cool. Candy. Thank you. Alright. Cool. Alright, here we go. By the way, I have used rare candy on my Pokemon to level them all the way up to 100 and Dynamax candy to get their Dynamax level all the way up to 10, I believe. But yeah, I've also suited up with the gold expedition armor. I got 2 crowns for completing both the DLCs. I only wore the one that you get for the Crown Tundra DLC crown, just randomly. But yeah, I look good. I hope at least. But yeah, let's do this. Hey, supervigash, so he called you here too, eh? Yeah. You mean Lee didn't tell you anything? I've been real busy with my studies, so I actually turned Lee down at first, but, well, that brother of mine doesn't give up easy. Oh, excuse me. I'm interrupting your private little chat. Oh, it's her. Hey, you're Clara, right? From the Master Dojo? That's exactly right, you sweet little thing. I'm so happy you remembered me, Hopkins. Right. I've been working real hard with my team since you beat us all into the dust before. And I did it. I really did. I finally became a gym leader. That's amazing. Feel free to keep heaping on the praise and adoration. It really is a fantastic achievement. Alright, sure. Yeah, during the battle, I'll be doing my review. Yeah, should be good. Well, you can bet your bottom I'll be going all out. Okay. Sure. Alright. Alright, everyone. Sorry to have kept you waiting. First things first, I want to say a quick thank you to all of you for coming. Running when I called you. Alright. I really wanted to explain this in person because I want to be sure I get this across to you. All how great this idea is. Here, would you take a look at this guy? Getting all serious on us in your old age, are you? What's this grand idea anyway, Leon? Haha, don't you start in on me, Raihan? I'm really trying here. See, I've spent my whole life battling with myself to try to become the greatest trainer. And then I saw how supervigash grew so strong by competing against my little brother, Hop, and how much it made Hop grow too. It really proved to me how much further you can go when you're battling against a proper rival. And now that I've taken over running the league from Chairman Rose, I'm thinking I want to bring even more thrill battles to our wonderful Galar region. So for these both reasons, I've called you all here to tell you that I'm declaring the Galarian Star Tournament open. The Galarian Star, what? Of course, I already knew the name in the first place because I was told how long the battle is and stuff. But yeah. Doesn't he ever tire of dragging other people into his nonsense? The Galarian Star Tournament will be an elimination tournament in multiple battle format. Wait, I want all of you here to pair up with the strongest partner you can think of. Oh, wow. Okay. Sure. Of course, everyone's happy. It's finally time to decide which team is the best of the best. Let the strong team triumph. Get ready for the great showdown between Team supervigash Hop and Team Leon Raihan. Alright. So yeah, during this battle, I'm gonna do the battle, and of course the review, and then just end the episode, as soon as this battle ends. Alright, so I'll just let everything be in the background, not pay too much attention, but do my good review. So I'm doing this off my head, but of course I've had thoughts about this, so literally I've have literally no notes. But we're gonna improvise a little bit. But overall, there's Pokemon. Of course, as you know, I grew up with Pokemon. I love Pokemon. You know, it was my childhood, on the 3DS at least. With the Pokemon anime, with the Pokemon games, the Pokemon cards. But then, of course, as I grew up, I eventually just kind of lost interest. But then, of course, recently I came back because of Legends Arceus, and then, you know, I went nuts again on the DS, buying all the games and starting to play through them all. And of course, on the Nintendo Switch, I've been playing all those games and making videos of them. I played through Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and Pokemon Sword, and done on a series on them. Because they won the Switch, and once again, I like Pokemon. So yeah, as a whole, I enjoy Pokemon, and this is Pokemon Sword, the 8th generation. As a whole, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna say it outright, I enjoyed it. The main story was pretty okay, pretty decent. I do think the pacing was a little off. I do think maybe it was a little too long for the main story. I wish they kind of just I wish it wasn't holding your hand for too long, and I don't know, I wish it was more creative. But for the most part, the story's fine. It's like whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed this game from beginning to end. A decent rate. Like I said, it's not my favorite Pokemon game or anything, but I enjoyed it. Like, I like the visuals. I know there are some bits that are rough. I do have to say so. But as a whole, the gameplay is pretty okay, pretty decent, normal, casual, traditional Pokemon. I like that Pokemon are in the overworld. I like that you have to, you know, like always, grind up, level up. Of course, I like the EXP share. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I like it. I don't mind it. I'm trying to think as the battle goes on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this game. But yeah, long story short, I like this game. It's not my favorite Pokemon game. It doesn't have too many flaws or too many crazy game-changing things, but I do like the wild area. I think that's my favorite area. The 2 DLCs take direct inspiration from the wild areas and just make that the whole game pretty much, which I love. It's just insane. I love that. Yeah, I do have to say, there are some gripes with this game after having played, you know, before, you know, even having played Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think that game, like I said, if I had to rank the Pokemon games so far I've played through, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond is my least favorite Pokemon game. I'm gonna just say it outright, just because it's too tedious, too long, and the graphics in general, the visuals, it's not great. I don't love them, and the game has a lot of issues, in my opinion, with it just didn't get enough time to polish, and I think that's a general thing with Pokemon nowadays, and even back then, because, of course, no, not really back then with the polish, but what I mean is with the releases, right? They have to release one, you know, every so-and-so years, because they have to coincide it with the anime, with the Pokemon cards, with all the merch and stuff. I get it, but I do wish they took more time to just, you know, just develop the game more, polish it off more. So Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, complete, in my opinion, my least favorite Pokemon game. I enjoyed it while I played it and did a series on it and did the whole trying to complete the living decks and stuff. I enjoyed those bits, you know. I love the collectiveness of Pokemon. It's just traditional Pokemon, but still in my heart, in my deep down soul, I would just wish the graphics were different and it was more polished and was more, I don't know, just charm to it. I think that's missing. There's definitely a great game in there. It's just covered in kind of, I don't know, nothingness, I feel like. But as a whole, yeah, that's the lowest on the rank. Above that comes Pokemon. Oh, this is rough. I've like thought about this so much, but I would have to say, I might need to switch Pokemon over here. Let me just switch Pokemon. Yeah, as you can see, all of them are level 100. I'm gonna go for Inteleon because we're going up against the Charizard. It would have to be Pokemon. I think, yeah, Pokemon Sword. I'm sorry. Rank 3 is Pokemon Sword. I think... no, I'm gonna tie it. There you go. Rank 3 is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Only because Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu is a faithful remake, yet I know the catching mechanic changes, which I love. It's so different and unique, and there are so many battles anyway, so it's kind of justified. But the graphics, the animation, like, you can tell that heart and soul was put into that game, and I just love it. It's Generation 1 with all the classic Pokemon. I can't hate on that. It's like, yeah, I loved that game. That was such a fun, wholesome game. It just brought me joy every time I played it. Yeah, what can I say? So, rank 3 on the 3rd tier, I'm going to put Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, long story short, because the graphics are great, and just in general, yeah, I love that game. It's fun. It's just great with shiny hunting and stuff, the motion controls, and just in general, it's just Generation 1. And next to that, Pokemon Sword, just because it's just also a nice game. I do have to say, compared to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, it does go a tiny bit underneath it. Just a tiny bit. Just because it's just traditional Pokemon that we've always had. The one thing that changes, you know, is the wild area. We have wild areas with DLC and stuff, but besides that, nothing really crazily changes. So I'd say the main thing that it doesn't do is the graphics. They're okay, but I don't know. Something about the animation and just some of the stuff is just more charming to me in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Either way, I could argue about it all day. You know, it's not set. Okay, I'm not too sure. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Sword are on the same tier. I'm not too sure. I can see people putting them higher or lower. But definitely, I would, for now, personally, put them on the same tier. Mainly because Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu has the charm and the animation. And I like Generation 1 in general. But then Pokemon Sword, you know, has the openness with the wild area. But yet, there are so many things that drag it down with the speed of battles and just the tedium of normal Pokemon with the text and stuff. And that's why Pokemon Legends Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game. Tier 1. Rank 1. Just because I love that game. It's genuinely just fun. It's so... I know the graphics and everything are so unpolished and bad. You do get used to them. I don't mind them anymore. They are cel-shaded and stuff, but the gameplay overweighs it. It fixes everything about Pokemon. The openness, it's pretty much open world. I know it's not really, but it's technically like that. But yeah, it's just, I have so much fun with that game. It's just so great. I did a whole review on the episode, on the series itself, so you can check that out. But yeah, I love that game. It's so open. It fixes so many of the pacing issues with all the text and battle. It just makes everything so smooth. You can like run everywhere you want. Like even before the battle ends, you can just go off. You know, run off. You know, go do your own thing. You don't need to worry about anything or anyone. Yeah, I love that. So what else? Yeah, besides that, ranking, Pokemon Legends Arceus favorite game. Underneath that, Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Can't really decide. And underneath that, least favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. And it all shows that Pokemon, like I said, being the biggest media franchise, they just need to put more time. They have the budget, they have, you know, they have the creativity and the passion, but they need to put more time in this. But either way, I enjoyed Pokemon Sword as a whole. It has some flaws, mainly to do with the pacing, similar to Brilliant Diamond, just the pacing and stuff. But, oh, which Pokemon should I use? Let's use you. Mainly the pacing, a few graphical stuff here or there, some of the charm that is missing to me, that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu had. But besides that, I love the wild area. There's a lot of replayability in this game. So, as a whole, I recommend this game. Definitely. Of course, I recommend all Pokemon games, like even Brilliant Diamond. As much as I don't like that game anymore, too much, like I said, it's not, I don't hate it. I still played it, it's still Pokemon, I love it. But, I do have to say so that I recommend all Pokemon games, except, you know, just because I'm not a fan of it, doesn't mean you're not a fan of it, so do check them out. Right, if you want to buy them and play them, go for it. But, yeah, as a whole, I enjoyed this generation. Next up is Generation 9, I believe. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I am getting Pokemon Scarlet, and I'll be, yeah, as soon as it releases, I'll be doing a series on this, on that game. And I can't wait. It's supposed to be, I have not spoiled myself too much besides the first reveal trailer with the starters and stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to be open world, and I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting. So that'll be next up. So yeah, there's the end of the series of Pokemon Sword. As you know, I did a series on this, which means, of course, this is it. This is the end. This is the final episode. I did the living decks. I completed my Pokedexes. I am now finishing off with the final true battle. Of course, it obviously isn't the craziest, hardest thing anymore. Like, Leon is literally just standing there staring at me. It's like, dude, you're so unfair. But yeah, I enjoyed this. Yeah, long story short, Pokemon Sword. Get it if you want to. It's a solid game. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Anyway, let's do, I guess let's do the U. And this should be it. So yeah, subscribe, leave a like. Oh, he's gonna Dynamax. Alright, sure. Oh, I like that. I didn't see that ever before. Huh. Alright. Yeah, I can't wait for Pokemon Scarlet. Like I said, it's supposed to be open world, but besides that, I literally know nothing. But yeah, I hope Pokemon Scarlet really impresses us, and I hope that game is even better than Legends Arceus. Like I said, Pokemon Sword is not a bad game. I like it, I do. It does have flaws, but I do recommend it. It's definitely a game that's worth playing. Like any other Pokemon game, all of them have their flaws and charms. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, we did it. We defeated them. Alright. Alright, that was a good battle. And we did it. Of course, I'm not going to leave the other battles in just because, like I said, time. I feel like this video is way too long. But, yeah, we are, once again, the champion. Alright, I was amazing. Thank you, you both. Our new champion and our old one. Oh, go. Alright. Cool. You hear that? The voices of Galar. The excitement we brought all those people. They can't help but be moved by the fantastic performance you two just put. Alright. And this glorious tournament that's brought so much fire to people of Galar. Well, its time is up. We have our clear winners. Though it's an awful shame to have to end it after all the fun it's been. Which is why I'm pleased to announce the Galarian Star Tournament will continue from this day on. Oh, alright. Cool. Alright. That's the best news we've had all year. Alright, sure. Alright. Yeah, interesting that they made it multi-battles. Alright, cool. Alright. Cool. Until next time, alright. Alright. Like I said, yeah, another thing, voice acting. I hope they have voice acting in future. I don't know if Scarlet will have voice acting, but I definitely do have to say that's a thing that makes... I wish they could do. They have the budget, but I get it. And you know, get all the different languages and stuff. I get it, but still. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm waiting for the moment. I hope. I don't know. There we go. Alright. Alright. Toodles!